Hello guys. So I am doing this video for you guys to give you just a tad more information on my customer system, how I'm able to keep in contact with my customers, how I have a larger retention rate with my customers, like around 95%. I would say like only one out of every 20, you know, is someone who will go into witness protection. Everybody has them. So I want to give you guys just a tad bit of a look into the way that I do my customer system and how things work with me. I'm Carissa Triple Diamond, VIP leader with It Works Global. Been with the company now for 8 years. Excited to show you guys what I do. Now, I believe and I know I am definitely a mad scientist, okay? So the way I do things definitely will not be on a normal level of things that people will do, but I'm still going to show you, and you may get some tips and things from it to utilize for your own way of doing things. So firstly, utilize the Connect app. The Connect app is put there in place for you to be able to use to help you with your business. So when you get the notification that a new person has signed up as a customer with you, I immediately go to that contact info that shows up. I make sure I also enter their Instagram info, their Facebook info, and I put notes as to what that order was that they placed. And that way all of that is inside that notification in the Connect app, okay? Plus, I do an index card, which will also have that same stuff. Name, phone number, email, if I place that person, who I place them under, their ID number, password, if I'm the one that placed the order for them, and the date they ordered. And at the top of each one, I always like to write in the middle of the paper, the middle of the index card, what date they actually are going to have their auto ship process. That way I can keep it in numerical order by that when I'm doing my auto ships. That way you can see, so you can see it here, right? One. So each one, as I'm doing their auto ships, it has the new numbers and things there, right? So I can show you guys just a little sneak peek of them, and you'll see that some of them is scratched out and some of the dates are changed to different dates and things like that. And that's because, there's times that their auto ship is for the 1st of the month. There's times it's for the 6th. There's times it's for the 20th. There's times it's for the 25th, and they make it the 1st. It happens. That's what people do. And because sometimes I speak to my customers, well, all the time, I speak to my customers on a regular basis. I check on them once a week. And when I do so, some of them may want to process their order then instead of waiting to a week later, So that will change the dates on here. So this is right now all my active customers. These are all my customers that right now have active auto ships with me. That's my cart. This is this is all of them right here. This is not all my customers in general. I have a separate A through Z based off of their first names for that. So that's something separate. Now, they just got started with you. Congratulations. You've now set them up to show that they're in your Connect app with the contact info is there. You also have their index card in place. Now what do? Well, this is what I do. So the next thing I now do is I now send them a thank you notice. And the thank you notice will consist of me I do an envelope. Had to check what I just did when I did that. I just show y'all guys all the goods. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, so when I do the envelopes, I use a regular white envelope, and I use a stamp. This is a stamp that can go through that don't go through the machine. So it says on there, non-machinable surcharge. So this is the stamp. This costs me 70 cents here in the US, okay? So I pay 70 cents for this stamp, and I get a book of them. So I already have mine already stamped. I also have labels where it's automatically done for me with my labeler, so that all I have to do is just take the label off and just put the label on here so I don't have to write it out, okay? That's something I did because I got tired of writing it out. So I bought some Avery labels. I went on Avery.com's website, put the template together, printed it from my phone to my printer, and voila, I got labels. So I made 2 sets of labels. I made a set of labels for putting on my envelopes, and I made a set of labels that have my name, Instagram, Facebook, website, and phone number to put on my catalogs, because I also send them a catalog, right? So I have that information that I'll put on the front of the catalog too. So now I'm making up the mail here, and I have their name and everything on here. Now what goes inside this envelope is the extra tip. I put a letter in there that I actually typed up through my phone. The letter basically tells them, thank you for becoming a loyal customer with me. I appreciate you for placing an order with me. I'm including some samples in here for you to try. I'll put this also in the comment section for you guys. So I'm including a few samples for you to try. And the samples that I'm putting in here is right now the 3 that I feel like will be more beneficial. So I put Keto Energy. So they get 1 Keto Energy. I tell them what the Keto Energy does. I'm putting 1 Super Greens berry flavor, and I'm telling them what that does. And I'm putting 1 Skinny Brew, and I'm telling them what that do. So I put each one of these in here, and I tell them exactly what it does and how they just mix it with water, right? Now, that's 3 samples. That goes inside this envelope. Yes, it fits in there. Yes, this letter fits in there along with the catalog. All of that fits in there together, and voila, I'm done. All of that gets sealed up, sent out. So I'm sending them 3 samples to try. I'm sending them a thank you letter here. I'm also sending them a catalog, because why? I want them to know all the products we have, where the next month, because they've tried samples, because they know that we're not just a product built off one product that they may have heard of, they will now get this and say, you know what? I can actually see, maybe I want some skincare, or maybe I want this. So I just gave them all of that, right? So now I mail that off to them. Voila, done. Now, 3 days later, I will check our system just to see if it shipped. I will check our tree viewer just to see if it shipped. If it has not shipped, okay, I'll check again in 2 more days. Check then, see if it shipped. Then if it shipped, I have a note that I automatically send them. I use WordBoard. I already have it written there. WordBoard says, hey, how are you? I just wanted to let you know that your order shipped. You will receive an email. You received an email with the tracking number in it. Let me know if you received it. Now, what this is doing is, first off, giving you great customer service because you're on top of it. This is not somebody that just ordered and now all of a sudden they don't hear from you anymore. Now they feel like it's a scam. What this is also doing is letting them be able to know that maybe that email went to the junk, or maybe they didn't pay attention to it. This is letting them now see that this is what the emails are going to look like when they start receiving them. That way they won't miss them in the future, right? Like their auto ship reminder. So that's done. Now, for some reason, if they didn't get it or didn't see it, check your spam. No, you don't see it there? Okay, this is that 1 out of 20. Don't worry. That 1 out of 20 will exist. So then you just, help them out with getting the tracking number by logging them in, and they get the tracking number. That's fine. It'll happen. 1 out of 20. It's not going to be every person. Now, you got that done. Now, the Connect app from there will update you to check on them. So if you feel like it just shipped, you can literally wait a week to check back in with them, which is why I check in with everybody once a week. Every Tuesday is my day right now that I will check in with all my customers and say, hey, it's check-in Tuesday. Just checking in with you, seeing how things are going. If you received your products, did you start them? I want them to be able to take them so that now I can get a testimony. When they get their first order, I want them to try it immediately that next day, because they'll say, hey, I just got my order. Awesome. When are you going to start it? Tomorrow? Now, when they start tomorrow, I want them to look for things. What's your energy level like? How does it taste? How long did you stay full? Things like that. I want them to look for this stuff so that I can check back with them that night. I utilize my calendar to keep up with everyone. So I write down this stuff and say, okay, great. I'll check back with you later. Write it on my calendar. Check back with such and such. So, or you can use your alarm in your phone or something like that. I ain't that savvy on that, so I use my handy dandy notebook. So now I found out, great, they had a great first day. It worked amazing for them. any tweaks you need to do, this is the day to do it, because if they get discouraged on the first day or two, they'll stop taking it and just be ghost. So that helps out a lot. Now, every week I tell you, I check in on them to see how things are going. I let them tell them also weigh themselves before they get started, things like that. Now, as I'm checking in on them, I then will say on week 3, which will be 7 days before their next auto ship, because I want to make sure I speak to them before the email goes out to remind them about the auto ship being processed in 5 days. So now I'm going to message you and say, hey, just want to let you know your next order is due to process soon. Is that date okay, or do we need to make it sooner? Or let me know. And it's set right now for these items. Do you want to keep it that way, or did you want to add something on to the order? Right? I'm asking for an upsell, which is usually how I get them to add more things on, because now they done tried my samples, I mailed them. So now I changed their auto ships. Some of them wanted to process right then. Some of them wanted to process a day or two later. They don't even want to wait all the way to the auto ship. It happens. So now I have everything set, and when they get that auto ship reminder, it's with the new order that we've changed it to, and that way when they get that email, it's already, set. I don't base things off the email because a lot of people don't get it, so I always speak with them. Now, back to just every week, I just check on them once a week, just saying, hey, how you doing? Just checking in to see how things are going. Otherwise, we're friends on Facebook. We are on Instagram together. I'll like some stuff they post. They'll see some funny memes I post and they'll comment. We're building relationships because we're speaking once a week. That's how that goes. It's really the small things that make the difference. So now let's move on, because now I'm sending them out things when they got to 6 months, which is something I'm literally just starting now. So at 6 months, I utilize our wrap rewards. And I redeemed a ton of my wrap rewards and got some body applicators. I got some facial applicators, and I got a ton of the energy sticks. So what I did was, one of the other VIP leaders created a graphic of each one about the wraps, what it do, about the facials, what it do, about the energy sticks, what it do. And all I did was put all of them on one sheet together. I purchased some paper that's a bit thicker. I forgot the name of it, but it's a bit thicker paper here, so it's kind of cardboardish. And I put this, as well as 1 facial, 1 wrap, and 3 energy sticks, along with just 1 other product of choice. I messaged them and said, is there 1 product you may have wanted to try of mine that I have as a sample that you would like for me to add in there? And a lot of them told me, and some of them I already knew, so I didn't ask them. And I just added it to it. So it cost me about almost $3 for each person. But I sent out to all my customers that's been with me 6 months and above. I sent them a packet out. So I sent it in this. It cost like $3 for me to ship this. And this is a bubble wrap size, like 8 by 10 or something like that. So I just fold this up and put that in there. And then I put the samples in there. And then I also did a catalog, because maybe they didn't get a catalog from me at that point in time. I may have stopped at that point doing thank you letters, because I had stopped at one point. So I put a catalog in there for them. I put the sticker on it as well, so that way that catalog has my contact info. And then I also, I forgot, for the thank you cards, as well as for my 6 month people plus, I also made sure I put my business cards in there. So I went to Vistaprint and I made me business cards, and it literally cost me $20 to make 500, and I made them and had them shipped to me. So I got 2 boxes of these that has my business cards. I also made a customer rewards card, and this customer rewards card is basically, if you can see it here, this card is just letting the new people know that for ordering for 6 orders, I'm going to give you an extra bonus of $50. So that's all this card is saying. It's basically thank you for ordering, and this is your customer reward card. Order consistently and earn. After 6 months, $50 shopping bonus after your 6th order. And that's all this card says here. That's it. So I add this to the thank you cards. The first one that I did already, I add this to it, the customer loyalty. And then I give my thank you cards. They also get about 3 or 4 business cards. They get like 3 or 4 of those. And these also get 3 or 4 business cards. I'm not giving you just one because I want you to be able to have more to be able to refer me to someone else or leave the card somewhere. Any of that type stuff. I've had people message me from places because people have left my card there for other people to get it. So it happens. So I give them extra cards. So I have a business card in here. I have this in there. I have my samples in there. I have a catalog in here. And I also send them a handmade thank you card, which I went on Amazon and I bought me a batch of assorted greeting cards. And on the outside, it's like different scriptures. And on the inside, I'll write something like, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Here's a small thank you for being my customer. I appreciate you. Something like that. And I sign my name and I address it to that person. And I put that in there too. So that's everything that goes in there. And I mail that off to them. So that's basically, oh, the soup, here's the grains that I was looking for. So that's basically everything that will go in here, and I mailed it off. And I mean, a lot of them should be getting it any day now because I just shipped it. But that's basically my system. My system is speaking to everybody once a week. My system is just doing what I normally do, which is engaging. The more that I talk about new products, the more it helps out with more people being able to be a part of it. I also have a customer group for my customers to all be in one place together if they choose to be a part of it. And that customer group is really only having units of what all the products is we have and what it does. That way it's like a virtual catalog for them to look at. And every time someone gives me a testimony, I'll put it in there and tag the person and say, congratulations, such and such for this. And that's all I do. So it's not like a ton that I do, but that's basically it. So it's just keeping in touch with them. I manage literally about 85% of my customers' accounts. I manage, meaning I do all their auto ship edits for them, all their purchases for them. I do all of that. And you know why? Because a lot of customers, when they're able to manage their own, sure, it's great for you to have self-managed, but you need to also realize you're supposed to do at least those first 3 orders mandatory back to back to back. Some people will utilize logging into their account and then skipping a month. People will do that. Trust me, I've had it happen, and that's why I had to take over managing even more of them. So that way, I just say, hey, it's this, it's August. What day would you like to have your order set up for this month? And do you want to keep it for the TFX with the greens? Or do you want to switch it and try maybe the coffee with the TFX added on too? And the greens too. Or maybe you want to try the coffee. Or maybe you want to try the tea, So things like that. Also, perk points come into place after their 3rd month. I let them know, thank you so much for being a customer with me for the first 3 months. Congratulations on your journey. I want to do something for you. If you order for 3 more months with me, I'll give you an additional $50 bonus. But I'm also giving you right now a thank you, which will be such and such amount of perk points that they have now that you can redeem for something if you want to right now too. Do you want to do that? So I asked them that question. Or I may do it in a form of 3 things where it'll be like, the first one being, you have these 3 options to choose from. The first one is stopping your orders now and redeem your points that you have for such and such. Option 2, order for another 3 months and get a $50 bonus at the end of those 3 months, and you get $50 additional dollars. Or 3, upgrade your account and now start earning income at the same time as being able to get results. Which option would you like? So they can do that too. So just speaking to them, being in touch with them, letting them know that they have options, letting them know that we have more than one product. Catalogs are big. Me sending these thank you cards are big. I'm not a mass enroller on purpose because I'd rather only add like a good 30 customers a month, max each month to my index cards, because then it'll get exhausting. Okay. So that's just me. It helps me with continuing to have a recurring flow of customers. Residual income continues, and at the same time, they're happy. So I hope this helped you. Whew, this is long. I didn't expect it to be 20 minutes, but I hope you got everything from it, and I hope it gave you every question answered that you had. So enjoy your day.